Alright, so let's watch like 15-20 minutes of Bricky's Faction Explained videos. Yeah, I know you love these. Shout out to Bricky for giving his permission to use this video, to watch it, and to upload the reaction to YouTube. Thank you so much, Bricky! Bricky! We love you! Everybody loves you here. Like, I only learned about you the other day when people told me to react to your video. But they all love you. Thank you for making these videos for us. For us noobs, yeah.
Deathwatch, a fancy-pantsy anti-Xenos group that nobody plays because Deathwatch.
These guys look
cool,
badass.
Though, no one plays them. I don't know about Deathwatch. They're there though. Black Templars, for the people who, if you haven't prayed at least 3 times a day, you're gonna start praying out that airlock. And I'm sure there's some other chapters I may have missed as well, like Crimson Fists and stuff. But those are the main ones right here. Here, quote from the Emperor himself. They shall be my finest warriors, these men who give of themselves to me. Like clay I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war I shall forge them. They shall be of iron will and steely sinew. In great armor I shall clad them, and with the mightiest weapons shall they be armed. They will be untouched by plague or disease, no sickness shall blight them. They shall have such tactics, strategies, and machines that no foe will best them in battle. They are my bulwark against the terror. They are my defenders of humanity. They are my space marines, and they shall know no fear. And on the tabletop, they fuck. Oh, they fuck hard. As of making this video, Space Marines are laughably strong. That might change at some point, but overall, Space Marines just have the
so
like
the default color of the Space Marines is blue, right? This color. Like if you type Space Marines, it's the blue boys usually. What the blue's called then? I forgot. Ultramarines, right? Ultramarines. Yeah, they're the poster boys. They're like the most recognized ones. This is why I was like, you know, their default. Are they the default Space Marines? No, they're just like more widely known Smurf Marines.
A tool for anything you need, except it's like a gold-plated Swiss Army knife. It is extremely strong. If you are actually getting into the tabletop of Warhammer, Space Marines are a great start. Also, whatever gameplay style you have, whether you want to be sit back with long range and heavy weaponry, go fast and run in, or even just full melee, all of these options are totally there for you. Space Marines are super badass, but unfortunately, it's time we start praying to our new god, the 2011 Honda Civic.
So is it any wonder people are afraid?
Is that the Omnissiah? Is that the giant toaster?
The Adeptus Mechanicus. The Adeptus Mechanicus are a technophile cult on Mars. Now, these people are a little bit weird because they don't actually really believe in the Emperor of Mankind.
the legs.
And you might think, oh, whoa, Bricky, that sounds like some heresy.
No, it does.
A little bit. They believe in the Emperor.
Look, they look like outright heretics. What is not heretical about how this guy looks? Like, how are they even allowed? It's because they give us weapons and tech. Damn, but they're kind of sketchy with their religion.
They believe in his power, but they don't pray to him. They pray to something called the Omnissiah. And the Omnissiah is this kind of machine god that they believe permeates in all machines. And if you think, well, wait a minute, they believe in a different god as well? That sounds like super heresy.
Yeah.
Well, yes-ish. But they also make all your guns, and they make all your tanks.
Okay, so they're just useful.
And they make everything that you have.
Okay.
So you can't really tell them to fuck off.
Let's allow them.
Because
all this
you're
heresy.
not going to win nothing if you don't got stuff to shoot people with. See, their Omnissiah at least makes sense from their standpoint.
Okay. So as long as they're useful, they can be heretics. Like, how fucked up is this? Titans, tanks, and every other huge gun. Air conditioning. Yeah, we need toasters too. Air conditioning and toasters. True.
Their standpoint. They believe it to be a deity that permeates through all machines. Your Honda Civic, your standard bolt gun, your Dune Strider walk.
as an ex-Honda Civic owner, I don't know how to react to this. Was that a roast?
Your giant mechs, your huge ships, the Omnissiah is present through all. And the only reason your stuff works is because the machine's spirit in it says it works. If you want your gun
nose
to
hair
work,
removing
machine
run,
you must
has a spirit in it.
And I mean full stop. You need to start chanting in high Gothic. You need to burn incense. You need to sit on your knees and pray to that car. You need to rub oil on your robes, and you need to go ahomina, homina, 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 homina. Full stop. If you want your damn thing to work, if you want your gun to fire, you need to do that. They are very bizarre, and they actually have a bit of a point because it's obviously working. And if you look at them, I don't know how that works, so they obviously know something about what they're doing. The most notable member of the Adeptus Mechanicus is Archmagos, whatever, Belisarius Call. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Yeah.
Looks scary.
This is the group we're talking about. These are these weirdos. Here, the Omnissiah Creed.
But they look evil, you guys. They look super evil. I mean, like everything in Warhammer 40K is pretty much evil, just like different gradations of evil.
The Omnissiah Creed. The credo, Omnissiah.
Credo.
There is no truth
Bricky.
in flesh, only betrayal.
Credo.
There is no strength in flesh, only weakness. There is no constancy in flesh, only decay.
They're not wrong.
There is no certainty in flesh, but death.
They're not
flesh
wrong.
Flesh is weakness, flesh is death. The Omnissiah is the god of the machines, and if you wish to be whole, if you wish to be holy, if you wish to give unto him, you must saw down your limbs and remove your organs and replace them with mechanical parts, because that is what he wants.
What is left of them?
You will become enlightened.
What is left of them? Like, what is left of them if they do this? The brain? Sounds like cyber. Right. It does. Yeah, but they don't allow AI. Just the the technomancer stuff.
Hard technophiles mixed with religious extremism. Adeptus Mechanicus. Now, for their army side of things, they are.
I had no idea they were so insane.
Operate with very bizarre weaponry and lots of different kinds of vehicles, tanks, and different people in between. They're very weird, but they have extremely wacky and enjoyable, and in fact quite effective, both in the real game and in the lore, weaponry and gear. Overall, as an army on the tabletop, they're very
imagine
weird,
painting this guy. Holy crap!
But if you like kind of that quirky, wacky techno thing, I'd give them a pickup. Hell, they're so paranoid. I gotta keep going. They're so paranoid and crazy. These Dune Striders you see right here, one guy was able to make them work. One guy, and he died. And they're so scared they'll never work again that they keep them on and they never turn them off, and they run around in a circle the whole time until they need them, and then they corral it and they go to battle.
Oh my God,
yep. The Adeptus Mechanicus. Now, if you want to talk about faith,
like, do you know? No, like it's a real thing. Do you know? Like in those parts of the world where it's super cold, when it's like minus 40 degrees Celsius is like a norm. You don't switch off your car at night because you won't be able to start it in the morning. That's the that's the same thing with these big dudes. I like these guys. I like this faction.
Though, let's talk about the Sisters of Battle.
A simp has fallen for an e-girl in Lego City.
Yes!
The Sisters of Battle,
Hell
the
yeah.
Adeptus Sororitas, if that's how I pronounce it correctly, is an all-female group of battle sisters going through the ecclesiarchy section of the Imperium. The ecclesiarchy is, of course, the church. This is, imagine a private army of the church, which is scary. And it is. The sisters are an extremely zealotous force, and they take this to a full extreme. They believe in three main things: faith, martyrdom, and fire. Through the Bolter, the Flamer, and the Melta, the Sisters of Battle are extremely potent at taking out Chaos and Heretics. Mainly Heretics, because as they are a fighting section of the Ecclesiarch
Oh my god, this
Church,
card, I can't.
that's the big thing they want to kill. Any form of Heretic will face the Emperor's justice through those three main weapons, the Bolter, the Flamer, and the Melta, and they will do so with extreme prejudice. Literally. They are the closest things we have to nuns in space. And I'm talking hardcore nuns.
They're
they carry
buff,
holy
buff
fire
nuns,
on
muscular
their backs.
nuns
They have
too.
holy books and sigils all across their armor. Their main battle tank is a fucking pipe organ missile launcher.
Oh,
they
I
have
saw it.
Small baby.
I saw it. I saw a miniature of it, and I thought it was cool. I hope that he like explains their history, like about that one horny guy who like used them to please him and stuff until that there was one that finally kicked his ass. Right? That's the story. So yeah, I know a little bit.
They have small babies that they have like removed their brain capacity to make them little servant cherubs to fly around and give them ammunition and shit. They drop churches from low orbit as mini drop pods onto battles. They drop churches into battles, and they blare war hymns and holy music from their frigates in low atmosphere and shower holy water across the battlefield. These are the people you are dealing with, and they're fucking awesome. They can literally stay
like for real. He's not overreacting. I don't know, like every single faction that Bricky talks about, it's like it gets crazy and crazier. If I thought Adeptus Mechanicus were crazy, okay, like this is the new crazy. Drop in a fucking church from the orbit on the heretics. I don't know, the Sister Argenta that we have in the party with us in Rogue Trader, she doesn't seem that crazy. She seems kind of normal. Yeah, the babies. Their babies are scary.
They can literally stave off demons on the tabletop because their faith is that strong. Remember the warp, the demons from the warp? Mm-hmm. Well, the warp also manifests in your mind. All of your emotions, negative and positive, go through the warp. It's the immaterium, the place of all things. Mm-hmm. So if you are that mentally fortified, that mentally strong, you can stave off horrifying demons. And all these girls, not a crack in that mental armor. Now, as much as a meme as they are, and as much as their models look a lot like Ongo Gabloglian, yeah, which I can't unsee anymore.
No!
I gotta say, I love their design. I
can't
think
unsee this either
cool.
now.
They're another army that I'm currently collecting.
What have you done?
They just released a whole new line of figures very recently, and they look wonderful. Everything from Celestine, the living, literally undying saint, from the Triumph of St. Catherine, which is literally
cool.
A funeral procession as a model. Those organ tanks I mentioned earlier.
Tanks, yeah.
This shit is the most over-the-top badassery in a lot of the Warhammer universe, and goddamn it, is it over the top. But Sisters of Battle are so cool. While I'm a guardsman at heart, this is such a cool faction.
Why are they all
Bolter
blonde,
Shell,
though?
Flamer Burst, and Melta Blast, the mutant, the heretic, and the traitor alike are cleansed of their sin of existence. So it has been for 5 millennia, so shall it be until the end of time. And speaking of burning demons,
I can see!
Who are these?
The Grey Knights are the first army I actually collected
That's
back
some
in
mecha
7th edition.
shit.
The Grey Knights are a super secretive and much more old school look at power armored knights, except they are all psychers. All of them have that crazy space magic magician
in a power
shit.
armor.
For every
What?
100,000 guardsmen, there's one Grey Knight. For every 10,000 Sisters of Battle, there's one Grey Knight. For every 1,000 Space Marines, there's one Grey Knight. Grey Knights are
They're
the strongest
rare.
of the strong, both in mental will and absolute just strength. These are Space Marines that are all high-level psychers.
That's a big
all
boy.
of them able to specifically do one goal, and that is kill demons. The Emperor believed that the demons of chaos were the #1 threat to the Imperium, and he probably is right. However, this group is entirely based on doing that through a myriad of tactics. Coming from the planet, or I guess the moon, of Titan in the Sol system, the Grey Knights are thrown through extremely rigorous training and are as clear of mind and soul as they possibly can be. Since the demons of the warp are the warp and your mind projects to the warp, people can go insane very fast, especially lower level psychers. These Grey Knights need to be able to harness the warp
Their mental
in the
fortitude
presence
is-
of demons and stay perfectly sane. One of their characters, one of my favorite characters, is named Castellan Crow. He has a demon blade, the black blade of Mahamahama, and he has to have it on him because it tempts everyone nearby, constantly beckoning them, use my power, use my strength, suck my penis, whatever the possibility. And so he has to keep it on him all the time as this thing whispers to him consistently, and he has to stave it off forever, being alone in his chambers or on the battlefield, because anyone who gets too close to it might be tempted a little too hard. He is that pure
suck his
of
pee-pee?
heart and mind, and all the characters in the Grey Knights are basically like that. The only issue is that Grey Knights have a scorched earth policy, more ways than one. If they're fighting demons, demons corrupt and make people crazy. So if I'm a guardsman and I'm fighting demons and the Grey Knights arrive and they kill all the demons, I'm a risk.
Oh no.
And so guess who's not making it out of there?
Oh,
On the tabletop, they're very strike fast, strike hard kind of people.
Damn,
They
that's
teleport
brutal.
all around the place. They are fast strike groups, small amounts of models because they're so dang strong. You only have so many characters, but with it, you get in there, you're very tough, very tanky, you hit really hard, and you try to bounce around the battlefield quickly, but you don't have numbers, and so every dead Grey Knight hits really damn hard. They're fun, though, if you like that kind of fast-striking kind of army. Oh, and also, Caldor Drago is a thing. We're not even going to get into Caldor Drago. All right, that is, oh my goodness gracious. I am the hammer. I am the mail about his fist. I am the spear in his hand. Though we are lost, I am the shield on his arm. I am the flight of his arrows. I am the hammer. I am the sword. I am the shield. I am a soldier at the battle at the end of time.
Okay, we got
Grey
you.
Knights
You're
are pretty
important.
hardcore. They are as holy as you can get for a Space Marine. If you like Space Marines and you want to, you don't think they're holy enough, you want to be holier, Grey Knights. Now, if you want to be holier and
They're like
big,
sisters of
let's talk
battle.
Imperial Knights.
Space
Do you
Marines
like
with
gigantic
Psyker.
Now, if you want to be holier and big, let's talk
Big.
Imperial Knights.
Oh Lord, he coming!
Do
Oh,
you
Lord, he
like
coming.
gigantic walkers the size of homes or medium-sized buildings? Do you want to kill heretics, but you want to kill like 40 of them per turn? Do you want a gigantic old-school knight noble house style of walkers with giant chainsaw arms? Then you got Imperial Knights. Imperial Knights, there's not a whole lot to talk about them because
are
they're
they
just gigantic
machines?
walkers, but they have this old-school like house feel to them, like literally like they're houses. Each Imperial Knight comes from a house, and each of them act in their own
Is this a
special
person?
way. These
Or
behemoths
this is a
of walkers
100%
also
a
destroy
machine?
almost everything in their path,
hell is
killing
that
full
thing? Is that a
swaths
demon?
of squads
Is that a
in a
Xeno?
couple shots,
I don't even
stepping
know
on
what that
legions
is.
of troops. Like, these things do not mess around, and they look so cool. Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights,
It's a
actually,
big
for
mech.
that matter, don't have a whole lot to discuss. They're just super big, heavy walkers, and they look different depending on your house.
Piloted
or
by a
chaos
person
god you
for-
currently
okay,
believe
okay.
in. And overall,
It's like
these things
Gundam.
just
So there's
really cool
inside,
if you
there's
wanna
a
murder everything
person.
in your path. With a big, scary, big unit of Warhammer, and if you want to collect them, go to town. They make for a great painting project too. Getting more back down to earth, let's talk something about a little bit different, a little more gold. If
Wow,
guardsmen are regular
wow, look
soldiers-
at these guys. Look at all the gold. What the hell? They look important. So wait, how much we have left? Yeah, perfect. Another 15 minutes of this we're going to watch. But like for now, I want to keep playing the game. Look, this is cool. I'm learning so much, and I know these are just the fractions of the lore, but it's very easy to digest for a person who has no fucking idea. Like fraction by fraction, and then like a little bit more detail here, a little bit more detailed there, like other lore videos. I've been looking for, like, I never painted a miniature. No, I have one, but it's not like a miniature. It's like more like a statue, mini statue of Arthur Morgan, that 3D printed one. And you know, I still need to buy like paint and stuff, and like if you start doing it, you gotta dedicate some time to learn it, because it's not just as simple as like no it's not like that. We're going to watch more, so this is just the first part of every single faction, and there's gonna be the second part, and then he has a lot of stuff. I would love to get a nice book that is very beginner friendly, that like that is not gonna, like, my brain is not gonna be steaming when I read it.